Welcome to Smart Okasan TV, your #1 top channel for the latest updates on Biafra news, things going on in Biafra land, and the hottest trends in entertainment. As you are about to watch this video, try to like, subscribe, comment and share for orders to see.
The Nigerian army have now set up a committee of recruiters who have been sent to the southeastern part of Nigeria to go and beg all the Igbo youths of able bodies. These are men within the axis, within the age of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, that they should please come and join the Nigerian army so that we can, as a country, defeat the Fulani terrorists. That they should come so that they can defeat the banditry going in the north. The Nigerian army has gotten to a point of weakness that they can no longer hide it. Last year, the admission form was rolled out. About 20,000 slots was open for the southeast to join. I tell you, not more than 1,000 Igbo youths joined. And if we look at those Igbo youths that even joined, don't be surprised that some of them are not even domiciled in the southeast. They are probably Easterners who stay in the north or in the southwest. Because we know categorically today that virtually all the eastern youths are of the opinion that they will not have an hand or have anything to do with the Nigerian army, provided Kanu is still incarcerated. Let us watch the video of how the Nigerian armies are literally begging the Igbos, the male Igbos, the female Igbos, that people come and join us. And also, after you watch that video, if you're an Igbo youth listening, I also want you to watch what these Fulani elders have amassed. You see the volume of money, so that if you probably have a second thought, maybe you are thinking about it, should I join the Nigerian army? Maybe before you finally decide, I want you to see the amount of money that these Fulani bandits have also amassed. Let's watch the two videos together, and after that we'll continue our analysis.
The Nigerian Army headquarters have begun a sensitization of mass enrollment of Igbo youths into the Nigerian Army to fill up the drop-in quota of the Southeast Zone. Today in Enugu, Army delegates are interfacing with local government chairmen, traditional rulers, a town union president, and leadership of the student union, echoing the importance and motivating the Igbo youth to join the Nigerian Army, noting that withdrawal of Igbo youth from joining the army en masse could affect the collective interest of the zone.
The last quarter of last year, Enugu State had a slot of about 200 persons. But they were able to fill up to 100. A lot of young men that really want to join the army. But for some of these sentiments being bandied around, some of them lack encouragement from the local government councils. We have come to get the buy-in of the grassroots politicians, our royal fathers, to help us to raise these numbers, so that Enugu State can fill up their slots.
Stakeholders in their respective speech applauded the initiative and accepted to carry the message home, while urging the army to address fears of marginalization of the zone.
Alright, welcome back. What do you see? Did you see the amount of money those Fulanese bandits amassed in that room? According to my estimation, in that room, that money over there cannot be less than 500 to 800 million naira. How much do you think it takes to bribe a platoon or bribe a commander or bribe a captain for him to sell a group, a squad, to sell them off. You know, sometimes we see some Nigerian armies driving big cars, driving Lexus, driving all manner of things. I had a conversation one like that sometime. He said, well, most time when they go for war or battle, that they see what's it called? I think they see, should I say, rewards on the war zone. That sometimes they might get to a place, they might find rare ornaments, maybe gold. These are rare ornaments, because sometimes when they actually take over the bandits' territory, they might be lucky to meet gold, to meet lithium, to meet all these rare earth metals, wherein they share amongst themselves. They sell it off. They don't return it back to the Nigerian government. That they sell it off, and at that point, it is for them, all of them that belongs to that battalion, that is their own benefits of war. They call it spoils of war. Yeah, that's what he said. You know, so you can imagine that Nigerian soldiers who are so greedy and eager to share every spoils of war, don't you think they can, of course, use you as a collateral and reclaim your benefit or the price of your head as spoil of war? So if you are listening to me, if you are a Nigerian from the southeastern extraction, looking at how the marginalization has been on and on and on, the decision is in your hand. The ball is in your court. You should decide. You should be smart. You should know actually what is best for you. I mean, when you look at the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, who have fervently served this country. If you look at Simon Ekpa has served this country. There was a time Simon Ekpa was one of the foremost athletes that we have in Nigeria. He went to engage in what we call the intercontinental competitions, and he came out in flying color. I think he came second thereabout. He had that full potential. There was a time he was about to get recruited into the Nigerian army before he got. So we can see the recent appointments of the president of the day, how there has been a very drastic marginalization of the Igbos, whereby some regions are getting 40 appointment lists, some are getting 45. The Igbos are only sharing a meager amount of 16 appointments. If you go into the Nigerian army, you must ask yourself, what are my chances of rising through the career as a military? Like, as an Igbo, how long do I think it will take me for me to become a general? So why should I engage? Or why should I risk my life? Because I know if I join the Nigerian army, I'll be the favorite that they want to send to the northern desert that has currently been infested by the jihadists. Why should I go and risk my life? That even if peradventure something horrible happens to me, my families that I've left behind will not in any way be duly compensated. When I see the Nigerian armies trying to convince people, I mean, these are things that people are supposed to be proud of. The Nigerian army, while I was growing up, I swore I was going to be a Nigerian army, because the dignity, the pride that comes with being a Nigerian officer is so high. Well, as of today, we can see that apparently people do not want to have anything to do with or to be a part of that, agency. And of course, it's so sad that this is where we find ourselves as a country. So you are probably thinking of joining the force. I want you to have a rethink, because the people that you want to go fight, the people that you want to go have a confrontation with, are so extremely rich that they can literally buy your way. They can buy you as a human being. They can bribe your superiors, and you must be wise, because if anything happens to you, there won't be any form of compensations, as we have seen how they have betrayed, they have dumped past family members.
My people, they talk say every day for the thief, but one day for the owner of the house. The former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, is in trouble. Nigerians, they don't hold am, make it con account. This issue of Fulani men, when you don't bring con Nigeria, make con destroy this country. When I not say don't tell when we dey hustle for this democracy. Even if they say we did democracy, we have not gotten there. Those who try to talk, they hold them down. Someone like menanc. I better watch this video.
This video that he has been exposing the secret of Nigerian security. He has said it all. Sheikh Zazaki has said it in that video. All that is happening now in Zamfara and other places. We brought the video, and the video was going around the social media and other places since 2013. And this idiot, Kola Bakari, the chief of staff, he went out last week Thursday. He was going from one media house to another, telling them not to use that video of Sheikh Ibrahim Zazaki, that it is going to cause problem in Nigeria. Who is going to see the problem? The authorities that are benefiting from the killing of innocent citizens. And they will come and sit down here, they will keep you here protecting them. What are you protecting? Egypt, useless people that are supposed to be killed. They have killed more than 1,000 people. They have killed a lot of people in Nigeria. Buhari deserves to be killed because he's a criminal. You should stop wasting your time. They don't pay you allowances. They invest in your resources. They keep you under the sun. They sit down under the AC and discuss how to invest in your own resources and subject you into actual poverty and hunger. Can we continue like this? That is the reason of this poverty in Nigeria. They intentionally subjected the masses into actual poverty and hunger in such a way that you cannot think of the resources. You cannot think of ruling Nigeria. You only think of how to get 20 naira and buy a cup of garri and feed your family. Look at it. Is this the change we want in this country? The change that promote, killing of citizens? The change that increase fuel prices in this country? When Jonathan removed the subsidy, what happens in Nigeria? People comes out in mass and protested. Buhari led the protest. Buhari and Nasir El-Rufai. But today, Buhari, immediately he come into power, he made the fuel 145 from 95 naira. During Jonathan. 85. Today, as I'm speaking to you now, they have increased the fuel price to 180 naira. Is this what you want in this country? Where are they taking this money? What have this administration done to these citizens of Nigeria? Killing? Do we voted for killing? We know that they gave you power, Muhammad Buhari. Your foreign masters gave you power not because you deserve it. You have lost the election and they fabricated the result and announced you as the winner. We don't care. Even if Atiku becomes the president of Nigeria tomorrow, they may influence him to kill his own citizens because Nigerians are senseless, the leader. So we know Buhari did not win any election. He was given this power by force. Of course, they gave you power. But stop killing innocent citizens of Nigeria. If not, you will face the consequences. The power has its limited time. You just have to, if you like, amend the constitution and come back for another 8 years. You shall finish, and we shall meet in filling station. We shall meet in naming ceremony. We shall meet either in wedding ceremony. Muhammad Buhari, you can never escape killing of 1,000 followers of Sheikh Zazaki. Now putting them in a mass burial. This is 21st century. This is 21st century. You have killed followers of Sheikh Zazaki. You have detained Sheikh Zazaki because he's speaking against your tyranny and oppression. But for your own information, you are just keeping Zazaki in detention because Zazaki's movement is at the doorstep of your villa. And if it continue like this, should anything happen, whatever comes up, Buhari should bear the consequences. The security should not say we did not tell you. We cannot fold our hands and allow them to kill our leader. We cannot fold our hands and allow these criminals to be killing innocent citizens in Nigeria, being they Christian or Muslim. Islamic movement is fighting for justice. Islamic movement is calling for the unity of the masses to come and challenge these oppressors at all costs. Because the only way of stopping tyranny and oppression in a country is for the oppressed to come out and challenge the oppressors at all costs. And therefore, we are ready to challenge this operation. We are ready to fight this injustice in Nigeria till the last drop of our blood. As you can see me speaking, I'm 32 years old. I'm a graduate, and I am ready to die for the cause of these citizens, for the citizens of Nigeria to have a conducive atmosphere to live in peace. Until some people sacrifice their life in this country before we get peace in this country, because we have animals ruling us. Why should Saudi Arabia give Muhammad Buhari?
Very apt point you've made, and I must reiterate here. I totally condemn the waste of life, the killing in Oromi. Extrajudicial killing has no place in our country, and we totally abhor it.
Absolutely.
But let's go back to the facts of the matter. 16 Dingons. What I know about hunting, and I've gone on hunting expedition many times. You hunt in the bush in your locality. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think you also said it. I've never heard of traveling many state lines to go and hunt somewhere. It's normally around your locality. Also, where the role of the government comes in, prior to this time, there has been a constant repetitive action of kidnappers in Uromi. Uromi, around the Ubiaja area, around that Irua area, up till Ikeke. Most of those axes have been inundated by cases of kidnapping. And I know those axes because I traveled around there and I know. And the government have not done anything to stem the tide. Hence, even people now trusting the vigilante. Because people trusting the vigilante that have now gone high-handedness, that have now, perpetrated this in a high-handed way, it's a reflection of the fact that the security services of the state have failed. So, please, help us juxtapose those scenarios. Hunting in a bus, 16 guns, and an area that was initially inundated by kidnappers. What should we have done better? And how, after those perpetrating these heinous acts are brought to book, what should be done to stem the tide of kidnapping in all of these areas?
Thank you very much, Rufai. You made a valid point. 16 guns, but let's look at it from the other perspective. Kidnappers will not bundle themselves into a commercial bus and put their guns as cargo while traveling. Basic interrogation, where are you coming from? We are coming from Port Harcourt, Elele. Where are you going to? We are going to Kanu. What are you going to do? We are going for Salah. So what are you doing with these guns? We are hunters, we went to hunt. Even if the story is not credible, at least they have something to say and you could hear them. Hand over for investigation to verify the claims. I am happy you have condemned the killings. It is not justifiable. But a tragedy has happened and we need to look at it vis-a-vis the previous happenings in that axis, kidnapping. But I disagree with you when you said the government had done nothing. If you go through the records, you will see the head of the security, the state security corps, retired CP Friday Badin, in the recent past, when they combed bushes around that area and also arrested some people who were alleged to be kidnappers. Even though when I read the story and I heard that they were with guns, as I said, these people are hunters, they are not kidnappers. But let's be frank, somebody who is carrying a gun, even somebody who is a hunter, if he is predisposed to criminality, can kidnap if he has the opportunity. Because somebody a gun is pointed at, will not say it is just a gun. A gun that can kill an animal can also kill a human being. So yes, if the circumstances, justifies and evidence abound, that they are kidnappers, then they should be treated as such, but not through extrajudicial killing.
Thank you so much.
Instead, by proper arraignment before the court of law.
Yeah, I have a quick rebuttal. And even if they were kidnappers, what they ought to have done is they have taken them to the court of law, yes, and we condemn that. See, sir, I don't just talk if I don't know what I'm saying. That's one thing about me. I have facts. The government had not done anything to stem the tide. Forget the arrest and going into bushes for optics. Let me read you one of the messages I got from that area.
You may say the government has not done enough. No, the government has not done enough. But to say they've not done anything, facts.
Let me read you one of the messages I got from this area. And these are constant messages I have. My hometown, Uboha, is seriously under siege of headsmen, killing, raping, kidnapping. We cannot sleep with our eyes closed. We cannot even go to the farms anymore. Uromi, Uboa Road has become a no-go area for kidnapping and killing, and it's a daily occurrence. And this has not abated though. No business activity is going on in those areas. Life is now hopeless and at a standstill. It's a daily occurrence. So apart from the optics of going to the bush and arresting some people, no, the real problem had not been solved because it's a daily occurrence, and I constantly get reports around that area constantly. People cannot go home. That's why I say they've not even done anything. Yes, you said they have gone to the bush, they've arrested people, but the problem had not been solved. There was action, but there was no solution. There was no solution.
They've not done enough. Maybe they've not done enough. Maybe they've not done enough. Maybe they need to redouble their effort. These reports you get, it will be good if you forward them to the Commissioner of Police anytime you receive them. Because the one you receive and you don't forward may not, people may have freer access to you than they have to the law enforcement.
With due respect, I also got another one while I was saying this now. Ikeke. Around that area, if you go, because I've traveled all those areas, Ikeke is under attack. 5 people have been kidnapped in Ikeke.
Okay.
So we've not seen a lot, and I keep reporting all of this on my social media channel. So it's out there.
Mr. Adeoye, let's stay with the.
Please forward to Commissioner of Police, not on social media. If you want to get results, please forward to the authorities.
I've done that many times.
Mr. Adeoye,
go ahead, Dr. Abati.
Let's stay with the subject of the discussion, which is the killing on the Uromi-Ubiaja expressway. Now, I go back to the point I made about vigilante, all kinds of unauthorized security outfits. You were commissioner in Anambra State before you retired.
Yes.
Now, will you say that all these vigilante groups, all these security outfits not authorized showing up is because the Nigerian police has failed Nigerians? And then both the state governments and then also other people decide to take law into their hands and commit atrocities with a lot of impunity. If the Nigeria police itself was up and running, would this situation have been the case? What do you think is the problem?
Dr. Abati, when you want to assess failure, you will have to weigh what is available against the responsibilities. You have a country of 240 million people and a police force that is just 300,000. From that statistics alone, you know that a lot of areas will be uncovered. A huge segment of the population will be unpoliced. That is one. 2, you look at what are the logistics holding and the funding of these security agencies. It is said to whom much is given, much is expected. So when you want to assess failure, you need to assess what have you put in place and what empowerment is there for them to discharge their responsibilities. Then you weigh it against performance. It is then you can arrive at an objective, conclusion. So I think the Nigeria police is understaffed and underfunded, grossly so. We need to start looking at practical ways. Mr. President has done something in that regard by giving approval for the recruitment, rapid recruitment of personnel to beef up the strength of the force. I hope that is followed by better equipment and funding, so that the spread can be better, the training more qualitative, and equipment enable them to do more than they do currently. Technology is available to enhance performance. If all these are deployed, I assure you, performance will be much better. But coming to the present, I and you, we are in agreement that a lot more needs to be done to enhance safety of life and property across the nation. Kidnapping is a menace in many jurisdictions, not just in Edo State and not just this occurrence. In many states across the country, when kidnapping started in the Niger Delta, way back, when expatriates were the target for ransom, I warned. I said, this thing that is starting and it is against expatriates and the locals are clapping, eventually it will become problem of the locals. We are there now. Kidnapping has become a lucrative business. Deliberate actions need to be taken to stem the tide. If death penalty is the punishment for armed robbery, taking somebody's property by force, I see no reason why kidnapping of a human being should attract less a penalty. So even though the world is running away from death penalty and we are stemming away from it, we have a peculiar problem. And only a strong deterrence can stem the tide. I advocate death penalty for kidnappers, so that a strong warning will be sent to all that it is not just business, it is a deadly business. I also advocate that better synergy, communication, information sharing and intelligence sharing be promoted among various agencies. It is disturbing that this incident happened at Uromi, and while it lasted, there was no intervention, not from police, not from civil defense, not from any agency. That is a cause for concern. More so in an area where Rufai pointed out that kidnapping has been rampant. Definitely it calls for martial action, and I hope the Commissioner of Police in Edo State, her area commanders and the DPOs will get back to the drawing board and give the people the quality protection they richly deserve. And this is not a favor, it is a duty.
Okay, sir.
I am sure the Inspector General of Police will be on the matter, and I'm sure something will be done.
Thanks for tuning in to Smart Okason TV show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to keep the intellect flowing.